Hi everyone, how are you? Welcome to New Hope Baptist Church. I wanted to put up a little video to just give everybody an update of some of the improvement projects that are going on around the church. We were given a generous gift from a dear lady that went home to be with the Lord, and we're using those resources to be able to make some really much needed improvement projects. The first one that I want to talk to you about is, if you notice, we have this vinyl banner that we put up. The reason why we did that is because our original sign, one of the many original handmade signs that were made, it blew over. It's been repaired and it was really on its last leg. And so we took that sign down, and so one of the things that we've always wanted to do was to be able to have just a professionally made sign for our church. Above that banner, it's kind of hard to tell, but there was letters that was glued to that overhang on the porch, and so those letters fell off over time. So that banner is going to come down, and in its place, if I can pan over here, in its place, this is the new sign that is going in sometime very soon, either this week or next week. But this is going to be the location for our new sign. And if you notice that foundation, there was a 3 by 3 by 3. It's deep, and there's rebar down in there. And what you see on the top is just the pad that's actually tied into the foundation as well. But that's going to be our new sign. It's going to have our church name on it. It's going to have a cross on it. It's going to have our church address, just the numbers. We're not going to put anything as far as times of the services or names of pastors, because those things can change. And so if we do anything, we're going to get just a temporary sign that we can put up that can be changeable for that information. All right, so that's the first thing. The second thing, I think we could back up a little bit, because I want you to see that not only are the improvements that we are making with a sign, but we are also going to get a new steel roof for the church. It's going to be a chocolate brown. That roof is a 20-year shingles, I believe, and I believe we're about 30 years, so it's 10 years after the fact. So we're going to be putting a new roof on the church, and I'll show you some other things that we're going to be doing as well. Another thing I want you to notice is the handicap ramp. When the handicap ramp was built, and I was telling everybody in church about this, aesthetically on the building they designed the handicap ramp to come to the end, and then we kind of have a flat, you'll hear Sarah and Caesar next door barking. Hi, Sarah. Sarah says hi to me every day. Anyway, you will notice that handicap ramp aesthetically looks great. The problem is it is so steep. It's maybe hard to see exactly how steep it is, but it's very difficult for wheelchairs and for people with mobility issues to be able to make it up that. You can imagine. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove that handicap ramp, and from the top of the porch there, then it's going to be extended all the way to the end here where the driveway is. So there'll be a gradual slope the whole way up. And if you'll notice over here too, we added on the sidewalk, we added 2 little pads here a few years ago. Well, probably 12 years ago. We added that pad there on that sidewalk and that pad there on that sidewalk. And those have really proven to be another adversity. It is steep. It's hard to tell, but it's a very trip hazard in the wintertime. So basically from about here, from this back, that whole sidewalk, and you can see some damage there. This whole thing is going to be replaced with a brand new, gently sloped sidewalk. And then from probably on this sidewalk back, from about this seam that's right here, all of this pad here will be removed, and there'll be a gradual sidewalk up here as well. The other change we're going to make as far as the cement is concerned is these steps. And if you will notice, these steps are in really poor condition. They're pulling away from the side of the church. We have this is broken down. The sides of the steps, if you'll notice, they are deteriorating over here and on this side. So this front part, the porch is okay, other than that little brick there, we can replace that. But this, the whole front steps here, they're going to be replaced, and that's all going to be changed. There's going to be a new railing that's going to be put on around these steps and on the new handicap coming up on both sides as well. And that new railing is going to match the railing on the side porches. So these are new porches that cover the two side entrances here. So we hope that by the time we're done, the new railing will wrap right around the porch, the steps, and on both sides of the new handicap entrance. So we've got the sign taken care of, we've got the roof taken care of, we've got the steps taken care of, the new railing. That then walks us over here then to the garage. The garage also is going to get a new roof on it, and if the other roof on the church is like 30 years with 20-year shingles, that roof has been on it, I know, for more than 30 years. And so that is going to get a steel roof to match the garage as well. To match the church as well. A couple other things we want to do. We're going to get new garage doors. Let me show you the reason why. This garage is in poor condition. Look down here. This is just deteriorating to the point that it's just, and also too, it's hard to tell. These garage doors are not normal size, they're larger. So the company that we've hired that we're going to hire is going to build out the framework on the garage opening on both sides and make them more of a normal size garage door, so that in the future any doors that with the church would need to be replaced, if they need to be replaced, we're going to get steel doors without windows, and those steel doors should last for a long time. But if the doors ever have to be replaced, they will be. It's going to be nice too, as if possible, one of the things of the wish list would be if we could get that window replaced with an updated window. The door here, I think it's locked. The door, it's hard to tell, but the door is just really in poor condition. On the inside, it's really badly damaged. We'd like to try to address that, and maybe what we could do is update the window on the back. But regardless of the two windows in the door, we are going to get the two front garage doors replaced and a new roof on that. We've got to address the downspouts. That has to be fixed as well. And we'll try to get that garage all buttoned up. All right, now I've worked my way around to the back of the building. This is another big project that we're going to do. But on the back of the building, I want you to notice these steps. And these steps, when I became pastor 29 years ago, these steps were falling apart. And so I built a framework out and poured the steps to fix them. We found a little drainage down here, but over the course of those 29 years, as you can tell, they've deteriorated again. And one of the reasons why is it's open, and the weather, and if you notice the wall here on the side, this wall's turning in. So all of this is going to be replaced. We're going to make this a little bit longer than what it is. I think we're going to go out 12 feet so that we're going to actually push this wall back, and we're going to put a new foundation in it. These cement steps will be replaced by wooden steps, And the reason why we're going to be able to replace them with wooden steps is because, as I'm climbing back up these steps, this is going to be enclosed. We're going to have walls, a roof, the steel roof to match the chocolate brown. We'll have a door, we'll have a window. So all of this back entrance then will be enclosed, will prevent the water from going in the back, and it's just going to look so much nicer. And probably on the side of it, it's going to be white vinyl, and that's going to take care of the back. Now, everything that I've said up to this point is the funds are coming from that generous donation of the lady that passed away. There's a few projects that we're doing in the church that's in-house, and what I mean by that is we're taking care of those with the offerings, the people giving and donating. One of those projects that we are taking care of in-house is the fence. We love our vinyl fence, but if you notice, we've had this trouble with the fence for so long, and that is it breaks. These are 15 feet between each post. The rails are 15 feet. Well, up here, it's hard to tell looking out over this fall countryside, but these fence rails, well, this is what they'll do. I'll come to the church. Let me show you. They rattle like this much. And so it's a constant battle. So what will happen is the winds will increase so much that they'll break. And we've got a fence rail that's actually broken. So what we're going to do is between each one of these fence posts, we're going to put another rail, and we're going to cut the distance in half. That's going to be, let me show you this. Between each one of these posts, all the way around the church parking lot, another rail is going to go inside of each one. Caps as well. They'll be cemented in the ground. And that then we hope should eliminate the issues that we constantly have with our with the railing going around the church. Another little project that we just did as well, I know it's not much, but there was mold, mildew, and stains all over the propane tank. So we power washed that. We had a bunch of rocks stacked up over against the garage. So one of the members came and loaded up the truck and brought those all over. And we put a couple layers of plastic down to hopefully to prevent some grass growing. And we just put some stones around the propane tank to kind of cut down on the grass that grows underneath it and the staining. And so hopefully that will work out as well. But all of the funds that are going to be fixed, that's going to fix the fence, came from the trustee building fund. Half of that, and the other half just came from out of our checking account. We have the money, so that's going to take care of that. Over here, just a really quick look at this side entrance here, and that was the entrance I showed you earlier with how we're going to do the fencing. If you'll notice, we've had issues, and one of the issues that we've had is drainage. And if you see the mold, and we found and uncovered a hole, and so we capped that one. There's another one on the corner of the church that we capped. As you can see, we've got some temporary lines. We want to tie in all of these downspouts on the side of the building and run it out of here. So that we can get the water away from the building. But if you will look at that black mold on the side of the building, I've cleaned that once, like last summer with a power washer, and already it's growing back. If you walk over here and look at these steps, I know it's hard to tell, there's a garden hose that we needed for the cement for the sign. These steps were all black. They just looked terrible. And so I got the power wash. We power washed this side. These doors were white. These doors got painted to match the side doors. The railings were power washed and cleaned. And so all of this entrance was cleaned and painted and fixed up. And so on the sidewalks over here, I'm going to walk over here in just a second. The sidewalks around the entrance over here, they're going to get power washed in the springtime. Okay, so that takes care of walking around the building here. And the only other thing is that we've got a couple of propane tanks. We want to update those and maybe put those in some type of little enclosures on the side just to kind of dress it up so it doesn't look like we've got two rusty old propane tanks on the side of the building, which we do. This is going to be, we eventually want to take and put a covering on this little entrance going into the side. We've got some cement here that has to be fixed. All the sidewalks are going to be power washed and cleaned. And that then brings us then to the other part, kind of like part 2 of the improvement projects. So about 25 years ago, there was a building across the street and it was empty. There was trees growing in front of it. And one of the fellows in the church, who's also with the Lord, our dear Bob Jenkins, said to me, he said, "Pastor, we ought to try that. This building is coming up for sale at a sheriff's sale." So we went to the sheriff's sale and we bought the building that I'm going to show you now at an auction for $3,110. And this is the building that we purchased for $3,110, the original purpose, the original price. On the outside of the building, we have done nothing. The only thing that we did is when we first purchased it, we put a new roof on. The fellows of the church put a new roof on. It's kind of hard to tell, but above those lines, right in the middle where those two gable roofs meet, it's not straight. You can tell that it is just worn out. We try to put some wood on the bottom of it, that wood is rotten. So part of the other capital improvement project, I guess you could say, is we're going to totally remodel the outside of this building. We're working on the inside as well, but we're going to totally remodel the outside. We're going to have new soffit, new fascia, new downspouts, new gutters, new siding, all new windows, all new doors. This side over here, I'm trying to keep an eye on this time. I don't want to make this too long of a video, but this side over here, there's going to be a new window put back over here where that piece of wood is. New siding here. New steel roof is, by the way. All of these posts here are going to be replaced. One was actually hit by a driver and knocked loose. All these 4 wooden posts, are going to be replaced. They're all going to be wrapped with vinyl. We're going to have this is going to be a new door, new screen door here as well. A new door over here, screen door as well. All of these posts will be replaced. If you look underneath the porch, it's disgusting. This is where the water damage was. All of this is going to have fascia board on it. If it's soffit, I think it's soffit and fascia, whatever it is. It's going to be covered. All new lights. The porch will be power washed. New screen doors, new doors. I think I said that already. New windows here. These are going to be wrapped with white aluminum. New windows here. All this is going to be replaced. If I walk around here, here is the death trap of the century. These steps have been here and is never put in correctly. If you notice, the condition is so poor. Look at this. Look at the railing. Watch this. So this is the railing. All this will be replaced. A new door, new steps on the side, new door up on top, new window there, new gutters, soffit and fascia, downspouts. If you look at this up here, we've got this all pulled out. All of this is going to be replaced. We've braced this up continually over the years. All this is going to be, the steps will be the same, but there'll be new posts that go into the ground. Everything's going to be new. On the back here, just walking back, all the foundation is going to be painted in the spring. All this will be replaced. A lot of the gutters is going to be redesigned as well, coming down, and the downspouts. Going to have a new back door, new screen door here, I believe, as well. All of this will be painted. The foundation will be painted in the spring. We've got this property, this building over here. We've got no gutter, damage to the wood. All of this is going to be new gutter, new downspouts. Everything here will be covered. And this then walks around to the building on the side here. And this is the back thin side of the building. We are hoping that the Lord will open up the door. We had it surveyed. The property line literally runs about 6 inches. And we got it surveyed, then COVID hit. The people who were in charge of the writing up the deed lost our material. And we've just kind of put it in the Lord's hands, and we hope that one day the gentleman who owns it, maybe hopefully when he sees the improvements on the building, may kind of reopen negotiations and allow us to be able to buy some of the property back here. We've got these huge pine trees behind the property. We just love to be able to clean it up a little bit, and eventually we hope one day a new pastor lives here that will have a little bit of backyard for, if they have children, for them to be able to play. I would eventually like, the bottom part is an activity building, I forgot to tell you. And what we'd like to do eventually is just to go ahead and gravel this and make all this a parking area so that people can pull in, have the activities downstairs, whatever that may be, and have an area to park over here. Or at least maybe up to about here or something, have maybe like a row of grass and a little fence and make this the parking area. Just something to not make it look just like a gravel parking lot, but dress it up a little bit. Anyway, that's what the projects are. And this, as I'm giving you this, I believe this is October 27th today, and we're just thankful to the Lord for His providing for us, and to be able to fix these long overdue projects. And we're always going to have things that we're going to have to trust the Lord for floors and for lights and things of that nature. But for God to be able to provide our church with this gift, to be able to make these capital improvements, not only on the church building, but then also upon the now parsonage / activity building and the garage, to be able to have a sign to let people know, hey, we're here, to be able to fix the handicap and other things. We've got projects going inside as well. We're remodeling the men's restroom. We're remodeling the Sunday school classrooms. This dirt, just one more thing. It's got 2 piles of dirt. This dirt here was taken out of the hole to put the foundation for the sign in. It's hard to tell the slope, if you can tell the slope on. But anyway, this dirt here was left here because when the sidewalks are fixed, we may need some dirt to be able to slope those in a little bit easier and correct that problem. Anyway, that's it. We eventually want to address the parking lot. but just being able to get these huge projects done on the outside is going to be so much nicer. And we got to clean the steeple. Walking around seeing the things we got to do. We got to clean the steeple. We hope this Christmas, we hope the new fence will be, or the repairs to the fence will be made. We'd love to get all the new Christmas lights around the fence and get that all ready to go. Get our major sign out. Just another little improvement as well. If you look up here, we had the power company come. There's a spotlight on the left and the parking light on the right. That parking light is going to be shut off because that spotlight, we have one on this side and one on the other side. That spotlight literally lights up everything on this side of the parking lot into the back, and then on the side as well. There's our pavilion. So there's our pavilion in the back that we use, that we're so thankful for. Anyway, I wanted to just give everybody an update so that they can see what we're doing and maybe the reason why we are focusing on everything on the outside, because we get all these big projects done. The new roof, the porch, the garage, the apartment building fixed over. We get all that buttoned up on the outside and spend the money. Then everything on the outside is done. We're always going to have to maintain the parking lots, cut the grass, all of those things like that. But all of those big projects will be done for the foreseeable future. So I'm going to end this video here and just let you see everything that's going to happen, everything that's going to get done. And what I'll do is probably in the springtime, it's October now, but maybe in the springtime, or even sooner than that, I will make an updated video when some of these projects get done and just let you see some of the improvements that are happening and that's taking place. Thank you. God bless you. And Lord willing, we'll see you Sunday. Have a good week. Bye-bye.